We are back on the town hall with a cell phone service update that will impact a lot of you watching right now. Verizon is obviously one of the top providers around here, and we've heard plenty of complaints about dead zones in some communities, also bad service at times at Sabres and Bills games. Well, today the company announced that it has completed major updates to its local network. Verizon was able to bump up its coverage without adding any physical new towers. Instead, they've added what they call new cell sites. They've increased their capacity with their fiber optic cables and expanded the bandwidth of the network. So it's a lot of technical stuff, but bottom line, the company says that more than 1 million people in Western New York will now have 5G service. Now, this is pretty widespread. It's not just in a lot of neighborhoods, but also some key spots where crowds gather, like Niagara Falls, KeyBank Center, and Highmark Stadium.
What this allows us to do in places like stadiums and arenas is it offers amazing amounts of capacity so that, if you're trying to upload, an Instagram story from a sporting event or a concert, if you're on our 5G ultra wideband network, that will be a great experience.
And Andrew, who we heard from there, told us that later this year, more of the digital spectrum will be released from the government to Verizon. So the company expects to be able to further increase its capacity and reach even more by 2024.
We're going to have nearly double the amount of spectrum deployed toward the end of the year. That really is going to make a huge difference for Buffalo residents, that this is going to be included in the network and really going to turbocharge it. So think of what we have now as like a 12-lane highway going to a 32-lane highway, essentially.
This isn't just a city and suburb story. Portions of the Thruway, Dunkirk, and Marshfield were also mentioned as spots that saw some of these big upgrades. Now, we also asked about the status of a new cell phone tower that we heard was going to go on top of South Buffalo Mercy Hospital. We covered that a while back. We don't have a definitive answer on that yet, but we hope to have that update for you next week here on the Town Hall.